Everyone, we are live from Tuckaway Shores Resorts for a Mini Eggfest. And this is the first in the series of On the Road with Chef Dennis. And let me tell you, I could not have picked a better place to start this series at, because I have been amazed from the moment I walked in here and people started just being so kind and so generous to me, and they're there handing me food and saying, they didn't even know who I was. Are you staying here? Well, you come back down and we're going to feed you later. They had no idea who I was at first. They were just being genuinely friendly, warm people. And
Foodies.
What a wonderful group of people.
Yes, they are. They absolutely are.
And this is Jackie, and Jackie runs Tuckaway Shores. And it's been quite an incredible event here. And you do other things here. And it's a beautiful site. We are on the beach. I have ocean front on the third floor with the most amazing windows that fold open into 9 feet of expanse of beachfront view with a breeze that is to die for.
On our secluded beach.
Secluded beach, yeah. You know, it was so amazing that there's not a lot of people out here. But when you think about what the Florida has in terms of beach, I guess it's not as surprising. But, you know, you've got a good thing going here.
Well, we have the longest. Brevard County, Space Coast, has 72 miles of beachfront, longest in Florida. And the south side of the county is more secluded, laid back, which is where we're located. And there's no high-rise buildings, so it's kind of feels private.
Yeah, it does. And you got a good-sized beach. I mean, I went further down the coast today, and when I went out at, oh geez, I can't remember the name of the resort, Vero Beach. It was a much smaller beach, and I was surprised that it didn't have quite as much. And you'll notice we are in a hotel lobby, so that's why there's phones going off. And you know, it's a good thing that it's busy, because you want to know that people are coming here. And I'm telling you, this weekend it's sold out, and I can see why, because the room itself is picture perfect. You got a little kitchen in there,
A little kitchenette,
and like I said, the view from the room itself where we can sit, and we had all the lights off last night. We were looking at the stars and watch and listening to the water. And I would have left the window open all night long, but I was afraid it was going to get a little too cold, because it did drive.
Cool.
Yeah, it was getting a little chilly, which for Florida, you know, is anything below 60 normally. So we were kind of set up to not get too chilly last night, but it was beautiful. We opened it first thing this morning.
We're so happy you've joined us, and here what we're trying to show is a little bit of authentic Florida, and that's what Tuckaway is. And we're one of about 160 other little properties like this in Florida. It's more representative of what Florida used to look like. But everyone that comes always seems to really enjoy it.
I can see why.
Authentic feel.
You know, and I think that's the big thing you're saying. It's authentic Florida. You know, it's not the glam, the glitz of what people made, you know, things into. You know, you still get the flavor, and you still get how things. It's just more relaxed.
And the true hospitality.
Hospitality is genuine, actually the word. And, you know, like where I was in Vero earlier at a property that the Mouse owns, we walked in and I didn't get a warm feeling from that. You know, and after being here, maybe that's what it was. If I'd gone there first, but comparing it, and we both of us walked out going, wow, this is a big difference.
It's kind of the difference in corporate America and small town America kind of feel.
So if you want to really enjoy yourself, and there's not going to be any lack of pampering, and there's not going to be any lack of amenities, and you're just going to have a great time.
Well, good. We're enjoying it. You enjoying it.
I am so happy. You know, I am so excited. I didn't really know what to expect when I came. It's like anything else you had no idea who I was when I came, and we kind of both trusted each other. And that's part of what we're doing, talking about with your association of inns, where sometimes people think they have to go to those name brand name, and you don't always get a good value from them because you're paying for that name. And a lot of times you walk away going, well, that wasn't that great. So here it's a matter of trusting your association and the people that are really, you own it.
You're typically going to find as the owner
Yeah.
on site who really cares about the guest and the guest experience. And if you're a member, as we are, of the Florida Superior Small Lodging, you can be assured you're going to find something very, very clean, very comfortable, well maintained, all the modern amenities, but still that old Florida feel.
Oh, that's
We're
great.
glad we're introducing you to it.
I'm happy as heck too, and I look forward to visiting, coming back here for sure, and visiting some of the other properties.
Wonderful.
Well, go ahead, and
I
we're
was gonna
here.
say, because we're having an event
Yeah.
this weekend. This is the 6th annual year for the Mini Eggfest, and we have a whole lot of eggheads standing around us, which I'm going to
I love it.
let them talk to you about the big green egg and what they do. So I'll excuse myself.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so if someone wants to jump in and talk in a little bit, and we'll. So how you doing?
Good. Chef Dennis, I'd like to welcome you to our 6th annual Mini Eggfest here.
Why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do?
My name is Pat McDonough. I work locally. We found Tuckaway Shores.
This is how Eggfest happens.
Here we go. Look at this pizza.
Deep dish pizza.
Look at this
Pizza right off the grill.
Now, this came out of an egg, a big egg grill. Now, unfortunately, Chef Dennis has gone gluten-free, and it pains me to no end that I cannot eat that. And last night they gave me one that was topped with corn, and I took a bite of it going, I'll be damned, I'm going to taste it. The crust was freaking amazing. It was like a brick oven pizza.
Oh, the egg is something completely different. And that's what got this whole thing started here at Tuckaway. I stopped by to see Jackie for business reasons, and we looked over, and Tuckaway's got a green egg out here for the guests. I said, Jackie, do you mind if I take a picture? I took a picture of it, and back then the forum at the time, which was very active, greeneggers.com, I posted a couple pictures. Well, all my friends, hey, let's have a little gathering there. So I asked Jackie. She said, yeah, we'll block a couple rooms. So we took 13 rooms the first year, 6 years ago. We had such a good time. This place is beautiful. It's clean. It's quiet. We had such a good time that within 2 weeks, when we posted pictures on the forum, we had every room in Tuckaway booked. And we have for the last 6 years. By the time we leave at the end of this year, we'll have it booked again for next year.
Amazing.
Tuckaway loves us. The rooms are clean. The staff is excellent. The friends from all over the country. We've got Miami. We've got Georgia, over Florida. We've got Ohio right there. New Mexico. Minnesota. We've had Italy. A chef from Italy. We've had Mexico. All flying in the Tuckaway Shores to cook on the Big Green Egg and have fun with friends.
It's been quite an eye-opening experience, and I've learned a lot, and I can't believe how easy they are to use. And I hate to tell the people at Weber that I'd rather have one of them, but
some of the eggheads have Webers at home, but we get here because of the egg.
Yeah.
We haul our own eggs in, we take over the place, and we cook.
Well,
we're making pizza, we're making lamb.
Some of the food I saw last night was just mind-blowing. I'm a chef. All right, so when I'm looking at it going, holy crap, how are they doing that?
Well, we actually, there's a few. Tim's wife is a chef, and she's also an instructor at La Cordova. Most of us are backyard cookers, but I've learned a lot. There's some darn good cooks in this group.
Well, grilling is a whole different mentality. Yeah, it is. But I mean, using that kind of let's say a brick oven type of cooking, outside cooking, it's a whole different mentality. I mean, you can give me a saute pan and I can cook you 400 dinners to order on a stove. But you put me outside on a grill and I'm a little bit
I can put that same saute pan in the grill.
Yes, you can. Then I
can fire it up to 1200 degrees and do a pizza, or put it at 250 degrees and smoke a butt.
That's right. So I mean, you've got more options.
But I really like to welcome you. You see what brings it is the people and the place.
Well, it's been great. I'm so happy you could stop in.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
All right, let's have somebody else jump in. Woo-hoo.
Hey, Dennis, Bubba Tim.
Bubba Tim. I sampled some of your food last night too.
Yeah, so, it was gluten-free, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And I think a few specks of something not gluten-free might have hit my system now and then too. But I'm not allergic. I'm just trying to improve my health overall. So that's why I'm doing it. But I'm still trying.
I see you have the lychee.
I do. And this is a lychee nut stuffed with chorizo. And I saved a couple. I ate one right away because it is spicy, sweet, and just I'm gonna eat another one.
And it's gluten-free.
Gluten-free. And the textures were just happy dance in my mouth.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, Pat and I started talking way back when. He says, hey, why don't we get together and do this, that, and the other thing? And so we kind of put our collective minds together and pulled this thing off. And then right after that, or was it before that? I forget now. We were actually organizers for the Sunshine State Eggfest. And then we, a couple thousand of our closest friends all around the world came up straight up to Crown Plaza. And just this year, I turned over the reins to Rossi's Meats.
Wow.
And they're taking it over.
So it must be quite an event to have that
It
many
is.
people cooking at one time.
Yeah.
And the hospitality that everyone seems to have is just is what blows me away.
Yeah. The Big Green Egg is based on a 4,000-year-old ancient Kamado. Uses natural long charcoal. These now are modern grade. They're made with refractory cement, which is a kind of a ceramic of sorts. And they're guaranteed for life. So they're phenomenal things.
Wow.
But, it's more of a, we call ourselves eggheads, but it's more of a brother and sisterhood of, foodies.
Yep. Absolutely. And nothing brings people together like food.
Food, yeah. Food and alcohol.
Hence another show that I do, the food and booze show. And I will tell you too that Chef Dennis sampled some.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, unfortunately he did. The what did I have? Now see, I can't even. My brain cells. Apple pie moonshine.
That's right.
Last night I'm tweeting and I'm going to Lisa. I go, where are we? Where? Because I'm going. I can't remember where we are. After two of them, I was feeling no pain.
And that was just for breakfast.
Yeah, yeah. Well, someone brought a little in a little while ago, and I had a sip, and I'm going, I better just do a sip because I have a production to do. And I have been on these a little intoxicated, but we don't want to repeat that again. So we're having
Before
fun.
I came up from the weekend, people saying, well, what is the fest? What's the mini fest? I said, well, a fest is kind of a eating fest. I said a mini fest is a drinking fest.
There you go.
There's the difference.
That's the difference. There's always a difference. Thank you
Dennis,
very much.
pleasure.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. And
Thank you
yourself?
very much. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
My name's Kim Youngblood. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and it was my wife and I made the apple pie moonshine. So we cooked it in the room, so it was nice and fresh. It's very good, and we love the Big Green Egg. I've been demoing a new egg that's coming out. It should be out this week. It's called the Mini Max, and it's between a mini egg and a small egg, and it has the same cooking surface as a small, but it's more compact, more portable, and we loved it. We've been baking on it. Sorry, didn't know you were
That's okay.
trying to avoid gluten, but we've
Oh.
been baking, and we did biscuits and cinnamon rolls and orange rolls, and we like to, when we go to these fests, we like to show people that the versatility of the egg. We're the ones that did the deep dish pizza. And just everybody enjoys it. And then as you see, everybody walks around and tries each other's food and
Oh, yeah.
taste. And people are always, well, what do you win if you win anything? It's like, this is not a competition. This is just friends getting together, trying different techniques, trying different foods, and that's what makes it so much fun.
Absolutely.
And then the apple pie moonshine
Yeah.
adds to the fun.
Yeah. And it was just a great time. We were sitting around last night swapping stories, just like we're old friends. And food will do that, and a little alcohol always helps.
It helps a lot.
But it was such a beautiful evening, and today it's a little breezy out
A
there.
little breezy.
We'd be
Little cool
doing
for
this-
Florida.
Yeah,
I don't
outside.
normally wear sweatshirts in Florida in November.
I know. I got a long sleeve and long pants on. It's new for me.
I know.
But
But I saw this morning, and unfortunately we didn't get to you, but saw you guys going out. You missed breakfast was, off the charts for a lot of different people cooking a lot of different things. But, it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, late night, and we do it all.
hey, anything you can make in a kitchen can be made
Right.
on an egg,
Exactly.
which is really mind blowing.
The only thing that I always joke is people say that, and I say, well, you can't make ice cream. But I did see somebody do a baked Alaska one
Okay.
time.
All right.
So that's as close
Well,
as
if you
get.
can get fire that puppy up to 1,200, you can get it in and out really quick.
Right, yeah. It doesn't make you can get it done really quick,
Yeah.
and that makes it really good. But glad you guys could come.
Thank you. I'm so
It's
happy to have
been
met
lots
you.
of fun. Sorry you can't try the deep dish pizza.
I
'cause
know.
I got to tell you, it's good.
I know.
Put the Crisco in the bottom of the pan. You get that
Yeah.
cracker crust. That's what makes the difference.
Well, that's the whole crust is the whole thing to a pizza.
Yeah.
And that's when you get a pizza that could be really good and the crust just isn't there. But this is crisp and oh.
Well, it was funny because I was just talking to somebody. It's like, all right, I love the pizza, but I really want to make just the dough.
Mhm.
So can I somehow or another make it into a bread using the Crisco? And I'm going to experiment.
Probably
with
make
that.
like a flatbread.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, easy enough.
You can't
Do like a
pass.
Sicilian kind of crust, double
Right,
thick or something,
Right,
and
yeah, and just
have
eat
some fun
that.
with it. Oh, yeah.
Even though I need to avoid
I
the
know.
gluten too.
I know.
But, one of these days I'm going to get the 6-2.
There you go.
Yeah, I keep trying.
Well, I'm working on some gluten-free recipes, so maybe we can try them in the egg one day.
Sure, that'll be great.
All right.
All right,
Thanks
thank you
a
very
lot.
much.
Is there a doctor in the house?
Yes, there is.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
And I'm Chef Dennis, and you are?
Rebecca Payson.
Very nice to meet you, Rebecca.
Nice to meet you.
And so are you a fan of the Big Green Egg?
A huge
A
fan.
huge fan. In your spare time?
In my spare time,
Okay. So what have you done fun on a Big Green Egg?
tons of things. I knew nothing about it when I first got it.
Mhm.
I went into a propane gas store and they sold a lot of Weber grills. And outside they were cooking on this giant big green thing. And it smelled and looked so good. And then they gave samples and the guy said, well, even though we're a propane gas store, this is our favorite thing. It's called a Big Green Egg. I was like, huh. I bought 2 Weber grills, and one for my mother and one for my sister for Mother's Day. And then the next day it was bugging me, and I said, send me out one of those extra large Big Green Eggs. And so they did, and then it just caught on, and then I bought a small one, and then I bought a mini one, and it kind of really grows on you. And through attending the fest, my first fest was in Florida. And I was so frightened and afraid because these eggers that I had read about on the forum that could cook all these awesome things, I thought, what am I going to do? And I was welcomed instantly. I came in out like 2 a.m. in the morning. They stayed up and waited for me. They didn't even know me, except people to take care of her, watch over her. She's new. And from then on, it's just been snowballing. I meet more and more people from around the country and the world, and I learn more and more cooking techniques.
That's pretty cool. And you flew in from Ohio?
Yes,
And,
Yes.
I heard the story, said somebody had to stay sober enough to go pick you up last night.
that was my request. And they did, and surprisingly, Pat did it. I don't know how, but he did it.
For you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's
Yeah, I'm a
what
little
I'm
nervous.
for.
You've got a weapon on your lap, and I was going to ask you if you were planning on forking me, but that somehow didn't sound right.
It doesn't.
No,
It
no
doesn't.
way.
Well,
I'm done. Stick
Yeah.
a fork in me. I'm done.
you're done. You're done.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, and I love your. I don't want to say it's a costume in case this is how you normally dress, but I love your outfit.
No. Well, the shoes, they're easy to run in and they're
There
really
you go.
comfortable.
The
So-
stockings are.
No. And when I don't have my broom, I always carry my fork.
Sounds good.
And by the way, I love staying at the Tuckaway. And if this fest were not here, I don't think I would come because it's a piece of old Florida
Yeah.
like it used to be, and it's still here. And now I have my family coming.
Good.
So, and then I come down by myself now. And so it's a fine thing that I discovered it.
Oh yeah, and it's such a nice getaway. I mean, we were just marveling at it. We're sitting here going, I can't believe we got to come here.
Right on the ocean front.
Oh, my-
Right there. And you hear the waves coming in and the breeze. It's wonderful.
I thought my wife was going to cry last night because she spent her summers in Ocean City, and they lost the house in Hurricane Sandy, and things have never been quite the same. She can't go back. It's painful. And she misses the shore so much. And we pulled up there, and I opened that window up, and she pulled the chair up all the way to the edge and was sitting there looking at the stars, calling all of her friends and family. It was just really nice. So
Take care and lovely to meet you.
Very lovely to meet you. Thank you so much.
Egg on.
Egg on? Exactly. It's an egg extravaganza. So anybody else? Come on down. Oh, here's the man, the
Hey,
myth.
guys.
And we have, that was your lychee. Was that your lychee?
That was my lychee.
That was your lychee. And I ate two of them. I got another one here. And
Don't leave home without them.
you did a mushroom yesterday that was topped with cheese too. It had a chorizo stuffing.
That's correct.
Because I remember eating them too.
It was a chorizo stuffed mushroom, and it had the mozzarella cheese on it,
Mm-hmm.
and of course my carnivore spicy. And that's got a lychee with stuffed with chorizo, and with a mirepoix, and with a demi glaze over the top of it.
Is the lychee naturally that sweet?
The lychee as part of it. The demi glaze helps it all.
Okay.
Just kind of works on each other.
Okay. So how long have you been working on a green egg?
Oh, geez, I've been on the green egg probably over 10 years now. I've got the old original clay eggs back when they were still literally the terracotta type egg.
Were they not green then, or?
They were still green,
Okay.
but the inside was terracotta. And now they're the harder ceramic
Mhm.
and that.
And the old one still holds up? You still got it?
I've still got the old one and still cook on it. We've done Thanksgiving dinner on it more than a few times.
Wow. So what is your favorite thing to cook on a green egg?
I tell you what, well, when I do a lot of competitions and that, I usually use the green eggs, and I do the ribs,
Mhm.
the pulled pork, the brisket, all those kind of things.
So you can smoke on it, you can bake on it, you can roast, you can do anything on it.
If you can do everything on that egg that you can do on a pizza oven, everything that you can do on a grill, everything you can do on a smoker, except for a microwave, you can do anything on that egg you want to.
Cool.
That's fantastic.
It is. I know. I should have stopped by to see what could be made for breakfast. See, my thoughts, not being a real good grill cook, is I would have tried to make pancakes on it. Forget you got to put a grill on top of it first.
We made pancakes yesterday.
I bet.
We
So,
had-
but you put a like a flat top grill on it, and
yes, they have different accoutrements you can put on, and as soon as you put those on there, you've got essentially a skillet, or
now I saw how you were lighting them. You're using like a butane torch,
right.
and because my question was, well, when you start a charcoal grill, you got to let it heat up, and it takes really about an hour before it gets up to temperature. Normally, when you just light it, but this was ready to go in no time at all by using that.
Right, and the other thing is too is you're using actual hardwood charcoal.
Mhm.
With the briquettes that you buy in the store. They're mostly sawdust.
Mhm.
They got an adhesion, then they have the filler, and then they have the accelerant.
Mhm.
And so when you get done cooking on them, whether you're cooking just a little or cooking a lot, that whatever you got lit is gone.
Yeah.
With the big green egg, you can sit there and fill up your basket, go ahead and cook it, shut it down, come back tomorrow, and what you left there is still there tomorrow, ready to be cooked on again.
So you don't lose that wood.
You don't lose the lump. You don't lose the lump charcoal. So there's plenty of it.
Now, is that the only thing you ever use in that egg to cook on? I mean, you wouldn't use briquettes, right?
You would never use briquettes.
Could you use the lump in if somebody has a regular grill, a charcoal grill?
You can.
Okay.
You can, but it's just something. It's to those of us who really like to cook live,
Mhm.
and kind of as a profession as well. It's a better tool than Kingsford.
Yeah, because I would think they're not as healthy either with all the stuff they're putting in them.
No, I wouldn't believe so.
I mean, we don't want to disparage them, but I mean, if you're manufacturing something as opposed to something natural, it's always seems like
That would be my thoughts as well. I mean, this is the wood. They take a hardwood, they push it together, they light it. Do not let it incinerate,
Mhm.
so it just turns into lump coal. When you light it, you've got the flavor there, and it works real well.
Can you buy different flavors lump?
They have absolutely, and it depends on the type of hardwood that you use. They've got maple, they got oak, they've got all the different flavors, and then of course we also add our own smoking wood.
Yeah.
In addition to that, most of us don't use chips. We actually use chunks.
Yeah.
Because the egg, you could use sawdust in the egg because it's so airtight when it cooks, it would never ignite until you opened up the dome on it.
And you can turn them off easy enough so they stop burning.
Pretty much, yeah. As soon as you shut it back down, you're going to have a little bit of an influx of smoke, and then as soon as you go ahead and cut the oxygen off, it's going to do exactly what it's designed to do. It's essentially a mobile brick oven.
That's cool.
And that's why there's so much versatility to it.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot. I'm excited.
Well, good deal.
And everything's better with the carnivore sauce.
And that's right. And I want you to have this. This is
Thank you.
This is my barbecue carnivore company here, Carnivore Barbecue Sauce. And we win a lot of ribbons with that. We win almost every rib competition we ever go to. And it's so good it will make your tongue slap your brains around.
Well, with me, that might.
That's right. We've won Iron Chef competitions using that. We've done really well with this. It's a small company we started about 3-4 years ago, and the Eggers loved us, embraced it, and really helped it just grow. And we're still growing, and hope to keep growing.
I would think so. This sounds really good. I can't wait to try it at home on mine. Maybe it'll make my barbecue stuff taste better, because although I am a chef, my barbecue is my weak point. So.
Well, that should take you up a few notches. And the thing is, too, if you pull a little bit of that behind your ear, your wife will not be able to keep her hands off you. I'm just saying.
Tonight, we're trying it. I may rub a little bit more behind my ears. I hope it doesn't burn.
We'll keep an extra fire extinguisher around just in case.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure, buddy.
Great talking to you.
Have a good day. Appreciate you being here.
Well, Greg, guys, we're having a great time. I see Greg Trulio's in the house, Kim Baltman, Coach Moore. Thank you so much for coming in, and everybody else that's watching. We'll stop in and we'll talk a little bit. I'm just saying hi to the people watching.
Okay.
I wasn't getting ready to sign off. It's just I
see.
see some viewers watching, so I always like to say hi to them.
I had a couple of them. I'm George Dunham. I'm
George?
from Winter Haven. Tim Ray's got me into the green egg, and we cooked it for years on it. I didn't resist to buy him one for years. Finally, my wife said, just go buy one. So I did. And we've gotten cooking. We've had the best time. We've met so many people. It's just amazing community that we've learned about.
I would love to go to one of these major fests, simply because if you guys are this friendly here.
Oh, it's amazing. You can imagine 500 or, John puts on the Georgia Mountain Egg Fest. He has like 1,800, 1,900 people go to that. It's amazing people. They're from all over the world.
And all the different foods, like, they were talking about walking around to get the foods. I didn't even have to walk around. People were bringing things to me, and other people were telling me to follow them. Obviously, they just follow me. Like, okay, if there's food involved, I'm there.
You can probably start eating at daybreak here and quit eating when the last person goes to bed at 2 o'clock or whatever time. It was late last night.
Well, I know my wife woke me up to go to bed because I was intending on coming back down. She was up late, and she said, "They're still out there."
We're waiting on Rebecca, and so we were kind of staying up with Pat, and Rebecca didn't get in till like 2:08, and so it was pretty late. And when she got here, of course, she kind of wanted to see what was going on and have some food and whatever. And we just had a good time. It's just a good family.
Oh yeah, and that's exactly, when you say family, that's exactly how I felt. Right. And like in any family, you're going to have a few of the strange members of the family.
Well, but there's always those guys.
and I had people warning me last night, "Oh, I'm sorry, I introduced you to him. Or, don't listen to what he said." So, it was fun. And, I was just happy I got to sit at the adult table last night at the family picnic, and we had a great time. But I'm telling you, the food, just the camaraderie, and I can see why you guys enjoy it so much and why you look forward to coming back.
You end up buying one egg, and before you know it, you got 2. And before you know it, I've got 3 eggs myself. I won one at one of these fests when we were cooking, drawing. And then, so I'm ended up with 3, and I'm fixing to buy when that Mini Max comes out, and we'll buy the 4th. My son has really gotten into it, and he's got 4 of them himself.
Now, what do you do with the different sizes?
Well, you could cook multiple things at one time. Like you can get your, slow cooks going over here. You can do your vegetables. You can do your bread, and all of it can come off the grill.
So it's just like thinking of different burners on a stove and the oven.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, and like if there's only 2 of you, well, you may not fire up the big grills. You just fire up the small grills. And it's just a way of, the smaller grills heat up faster. You can do things on the smaller grills quicker. And, it's not as big a cooking surface. Like I've been using my small out here. We cooked a lot of food this weekend so far. My wife came up with a couple of recipes. One of them was macaroni and cheese. I never had hers, but that particular recipe, and it was amazing.
Let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Like one of the things that I've learned to do on a grill, because I tend to burn things, is indirect cooking. Do you have to worry about that? I know they said you don't have as many flare-ups, or you don't have
You don't have
flare-ups.
flare-ups. You know, even on direct cooking, you know, you've got the fire below you, but by shutting off the oxygen, the way you're doing it, you just cook them with the heat, not with the flame.
Okay.
And so you really don't have the flare-ups. You don't burn the steaks up. You don't burn the chicken up.
Yeah.
So
So you can,
hamburgers, you don't burn up.
so you can cook them till they're done without getting them ugly and charred.
That's right.
You know, and I think for me, like I said, I am not a classic griller. It's just not my mentality. I try, but that's the worst problem I have. So I try to cook indirect whenever I can, because I know invariably it will just burn it. But you know, if you can cook something easier and better on an egg
Oh, sure.
without the flare-ups, because I think that's probably the problem everybody has with grilling if they're like me, is when the thing flares up.
Well, the egg solves that problem.
Yeah.
And I've also learned from coming to all these things, all kinds of different ways to cook indirect, and to raise your grill up off of the plates, to cook with temperature. You know, temperature is critical.
Yeah.
Well, they've got different thermometers. You know, I found a thermal pin by coming to these things. Get a temperature in 2 seconds. You know, boom, and you know, it's just like it's saved many meals so far, and I've only had it a few months.
Wow.
And it's just, but I learned it here. You learn amazing things. These people are experienced. There's a lot of really, really good cooks here at all these events.
Well, the thing that I see too is no one's afraid to help
No.
each other and share knowledge
No.
and share recipes.
They don't. Everybody will help everybody. Somebody gets in trouble, for instance, you know, maybe the fire goes out or they've done something wrong. People do have 3 or 4 people over there helping them. You know, I ran out of lump today. I just left my grill on too long. I was getting ready to do several cooks. And before I knew it, I had 3 people there helping me load the lump, pull what I had on there off, put it on hot, you know, cast iron stuff, loaded the lump on there. Before you know it, we were back cooking.
Very
It
good.
was just, it's a friendly group. It's a family.
I see that. Well, thank you very much for allowing me into your family for
Sure,
this weekend, and we had a great time. Thank you. Anybody else lined up want to talk?
Did you talk about Tuckaway Shores?
We did.
Oh, yeah. Let me get back in here.
Okay.
I forgot to mention the combination that Jackie does here is just amazing. This place, we probably have been here even with our family 10 times. We were coming here before this started with our family. And we brought, I don't know how that happened. My wife found it on the internet. We came here and just loved it. Then Tim told us about, and Pat told us about this. And we've been coming ever since. Well, we missed the first year, but we've been coming ever since it started. And this is so accommodating. And Jackie's put us up a tent to keep the heat off of us. And, you know, she's like, golly, she just treats us like family. I keep saying that, but
Yeah.
it's true.
I heard she even told you when the sprinklers come on, since you guys stay out till like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
sometimes.
2 o'clock in the morning, we were cooking pizza and the sprinklers on.
It was 4 a.m. last night.
Yeah.
Did the clocks change, or is that tonight? That's tonight.
tonight.
I was thinking I missed it then.
But Tuckaway Shores is by far one of the nicest, friendliest hotels
It is
I've
really.
ever been to.
You know, and it's nice to be away from all the craziness sometimes of the tourists. I mean, Coco's beautiful, but I mean, this is nice and peaceful and
This
quiet.
is such a small town. Even police officers know that we're here same time every year. They will stop by 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and there'll be a few of us out there, and they'll come up. Hey, how you guys doing? We just want to stop in and say hi.
Do they eat?
Sometimes, sometimes they will.
You know, perfect example was a girl pulled up out here last night about 9 o'clock. She needed a hotel room, and she rode by here one time that went in town looking around, couldn't really find something she felt comfortable with. So she pulls up out here, registers for the room, and she just looks out here, and we invited her in. She ended up, I don't know what time she went to bed, but it was late. It was late. But she had a great time.
Well, I said when we came in, nobody knew who we were, and then when I said, it says, "Oh, you're the one Jackie told us about."
Yeah.
But before then, I got more invitations to come back and eat
Oh,
without
yeah.
anybody knowing.
Yeah,
So, you know, that's-
invite you back.
That's hospitality, you know, and there's
That's
just
what this Tuckaway Shores is all about.
Yeah.
I mean, they treat you, keep saying like family, but they really do.
well.
Your family.
Yeah, I know.
At this point, you know, in the game, I think with all these that are being done, and it's nice to see that there still is kind of business that can exist in today's world
That's right. That's right.
of all these mega companies owning everything, where you can still go to a family oriented
Mhm.
location and enjoy yourself and not have to worry about anything. You know? And we left everything up in our rooms today. Usually we go away, we're like packing our iPads and packing everything. So nothing's going away here. I know that. We just left everything up and out, and I'm not worried. And it's nice to have that feeling the way you used to have it of not locking your doors. You know, in the old days, you didn't worry about people doing things. You know, people are just friendly. They do things the right way. They do things the old-fashioned way. It's old Florida.
And the rooms are extremely clean. I mean, that's, you know, I've been in hotels because we go to a lot of football games. And I'm telling you, some of these big hotels are just, there's dust behind everything. And, you know, it's just, you know, you don't have a clue. Yeah, it looks nice when you walk in, but you pull something back and you don't find that here. It's spotless.
Everything. And I love the towels. Towels were really good to dry with. I'm going like, oh my God, I know what this is made of, but it's really.
Sporting windows.
Yeah. Oh, we talked about them, had them wide open. Love those.
It was a little chilly for that last night.
Well, we had them open until we went to bed, and then early this morning. So very good time. Well, thank you for coming back.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So, guys, it's been a great first on the road with Chef Dennis. Anybody else?
You gotta talk to Faith.
Come on down. We're not shutting down till everybody's talking.
It's probably already all been said.
Well, it doesn't matter. The more they can say it.
Oh,
So, that's right. I like that look too.
it's very windy. Sorry.
Wind sunglasses is doing it for me today. Okay, so why don't you? I see an egg. I didn't know where you were going with that, but I was ready.
Going right here.
Hey, my wife back there. I'm like, got me all hot and flustered. Okay, well, why don't you tell us who you are, what you do?
My name's Faith. I'm an egg enthusiast. I'm from Tampa Bay area, and this is my 5th year coming to the Mini Fest.
Okay, so we're in between. We're in Kissimmee, so from Tampa Bay across. So how did you get involved in the Egg Fest?
I don't know, but I've had my first egg for longer than anybody. 1996. I got my egg then, and I started Googling it one day, like in 2008, and that's when I found out there's a huge group of eggheads that I didn't even know existed. So I went to the Eggtoberfest that year, and then that was it.
You know,
That was it.
I think there should be an official hat, an egghead, a big green egghead, kind of like, remember the what were the ones on Saturday night, the cone heads? You know,
Oh, okay.
Green Bay has got
maybe there is.
got their cheese heads. There should definitely be an egghead for that. That would be pretty cool. So, what's your favorite thing to cook on an egg?
I cook everything. What I'm kind of known for at these fests is duck breast.
I heard about that.
But I'm not doing it this year.
I heard that also. I heard,
Sorry.
but she didn't bring them.
Sorry. Maybe next time.
And shrimp Diane.
Yep, shrimp Diane.
How do you do that?
It's a Paul Prudhomme recipe, right? Just out of the Paul Prudhomme, his first cookbook.
I make steak Diane, but I've never made
you
shrimp
do?
Diane.
And he makes it nice and spicy, so
I bet.
everybody likes it. Yeah.
He likes his spice.
Mhm.
Even before Emerald's Bam was around, Paul
Absolutely.
Prudhomme was making things.
Yep, black and red fish.
Yeah, mighty spicy.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad, and it's nice to talk to you here. And there's a nice blend of men and women here. It's family. It's couples. It's not.
All ages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all ages
All
and all walks of life, all different kinds of people, and everybody with that common bond of food
Right.
and hospitality and just sharing. So it's
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Oh my goodness. How could you
Taste some
not?
good food?
I ate a lot of good
Yeah.
food, and every time I turned around, there was more food, and there was stuff. You know, it's terrible to say for a chef, I don't eat beef anymore. And I will if someone, like if we're doing a show that I have to. I'm not. It's not against my morale. It's just something I stopped eating. But now with gluten free, it's eliminated even more. But there was no shortage of other things for me to eat. There was a lot of nice chicken dishes. There was some pork, and there was, just really a lot of tasty food. Scallops I tried. There was shrimp last night. There was all kinds of stuff. So you couldn't not get enough food.
No,
that's for sure.
everybody's really pretty full by now.
Yeah, and everybody's proud of what they're making,
Yeah.
which is really even nicer. Things are coming out, and they want you to try it because they
Right.
know it's good.
Did you get the macaroni and cheese?
I did not, but I couldn't because it's gluten.
Oh,
But that's yeah. Although I'll have to.
sorry.
I
I should have brought it up.
Well, it's like the pizza. I took a little bite of it because I had to try the crust, but I knew I couldn't eat too much of it.
Yeah, that was awesome too. That was really
But
good.
some of the things in here I have, I think one thing I didn't try was a salmon nacho.
That's good.
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Is that Tom made that?
Somebody over here next morning.
But so many tasty things. And I do love my food.
And Dennis, State makes the jewelry.
Do you really?
Yes. Ruth has the earrings.
I heard that
And
there was
this
some
is-
pretty fancy stuff too with diamonds.
Mhm. Every one I try to customize it a little bit different for each person.
Wow.
And so Ruth has the earrings and she has an emerald on each earring. And someone else out there has emeralds across the middle
Mhm.
where the handle will be. They're all a little bit different.
Pretty cool. Do you do any like green enameled ones or anything for guys?
That might be coming.
Okay. Something that
Coming.
a guy can
Yeah, or watch.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a good
What other
idea.
girl has its own jewelry line?
That's right. I don't think any of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was thinking of doing the emblem, the same design, my
Mhm.
design of their product
Mhm.
on a watchdog.
That would be cool. I would
Yeah,
like
I
that.
gotta work on that. Need
Yeah.
to get to work on that.
And maybe a phone case. I don't know how hard they're are to make.
That's out of my
Out of your-
realm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I'm just babbling on
Okay.
now.
So that's a thought, but not my
Okay.
area of expertise. So,
But random thoughts pop in my head. So, and unlike Amanda, usually just come out of my mouth too. So, you know.
yes, I'm aware. Yeah. So,
Anyway,
yeah. On that note.
on that note, well,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad
Thank
we got
you.
to
Glad
talk.
you came.
Me too.
Hope you
And,
enjoyed.
I will, and I know there's more good food to come. The night is young, and I can't wait.
Yes,
to
it
try
is. I got to go get started on
Get
mine.
cooking.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
And we also have I see a note here about the Georgia Mountain Big Green Egg Fest, which is scheduled for May 16th, 2015. So that's at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. And I will post a link to that. So if anyone wants more information about it, they can go and check that too.
It's I've been to it. It's really good.
Oh, I can't
really
imagine
awesome.
if this is like this on this scale. Because when they said Mini Eggfest, I'm going, what do you mean mini? I thought, well, maybe they're using the small cookers.
That too.
But I thought, so I didn't know. And then when they told me how big they get, I'm going, oh.
Yes,
that's
that
what they
one's. How many people? Maybe
John said 18.
1,800 people.
Yeah, yeah.
That one, and it's in a beautiful location, the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. It's beautiful.
Good time of year for it up
Right.
there.
I've been to it twice. It's really. I highly recommend going to that one.
Although it's snowing in Georgia now, I heard.
Not here.
Not here.
We don't care.
No, I know.
Who cares?
Sorry.
As long as it's not snowing
Yeah,
here.
in Philly, sorry guys. I heard it's going to be another hard winter up there, but oh well. All right. So anybody else talking? Or are we done? Want to say hi?
Yeah, come on.
Come on, come show you.
I'll show you my earrings.
Show me your earrings. I see them.
My-
Wow.
My little green egg earrings.
And I see you won't be able to see them on the camera, but there are little emeralds on them too.
Yes,
Very nice.
yes, yes.
So what are you doing here? What do you like to do here?
I'm sort of the gopher for my husband.
Okay.
He does all the cooking, but I plan what we'll cook
Okay.
and purchase it and do all the prep work and fuss at him a lot to get started and to stop and to watch it, the temperature and just to get it done.
I think he yelled at him yesterday because he was talking to me to go back to check something. That's
Yes,
okay.
I probably did. I probably did.
Well, that's good. It's good. We need control in our lives, and it's good to have somebody to keep us in
Sure,
line.
sure.
My wife will tell you that too.
I want to say something else about Tuckaway Shores.
Absolutely.
My husband said we had been here before this started. And I originally was looking for a little place on the beach for a small family reunion and came across on the internet Tuckaway Shores and looked at the pictures and the website and everything. And it had such glowing reviews. And I thought, well, this will be perfect for our little family reunion. And so I booked the rooms and we came and it was wonderful, just as described. And we loved it. And we came, 3 or 4 times several years before the Egg Fest started, before we even got an egg. So I already liked Tuckaway Shores because there aren't high rises everywhere. And if you're here with a small group, I love the little room they have over here by the pool that you could even, if it's not the Egg Fest, you can get something and your little family can go in there and eat together and have your own little room, or you can use the egg outside and
And it's just very accommodating for small groups. My college roommates and I get together once a year, and we came here too for a girls' weekend a couple years ago. And then one of those girls liked it so much that she got all her family here for her mother's 95th birthday.
How nice.
And so, you know, it just kind of
Yeah.
blossoms out, but it's just a wonderful, welcoming place
Yep.
anytime, whether it's
Find a good
Egg Fest
friend.
or whatever.
And they have a
So-
beautiful pool here too.
Oh, they do.
You know, and I've almost been tempted to go in that, but it's still a little breezy.
It is.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
heated, it's heated.
There was
It's
some
heated.
in there yesterday.
Oh, I know, it's not the water. It's getting out of the water.
Right, right.
Yeah, but it is a really pretty, and it's a big, I was surprised at how big it is too. It's a nice sized pool.
It
It's
is.
bigger than what we have in our community. So I'm saying this is a nice sized pool. So, well, great. I'm glad we got to talk, and I'm so happy I could come here and meet everyone and enjoy this beautiful event.
Well, I hope you'll come to some of the other fests that we have here and other
Definitely.
places.
Definitely try.
Okay.
Do my best. You know, being retired now is a rough life. You know, I got a
Oh,
lot,
I know.
got a lot on my plate. I'm looking at those pink flamingos with a hat over there, going, "Yeah, I'm home." You know, it's a funny thing about Florida. I never quite, coming from Texas at an early age, but I never quite felt at home in New Jersey. And when we moved. I didn't care. When we moved to Florida, it was just something about the location and about the state and about the people that seemed a lot more accommodating. And I maybe just meeting the right kind of people that made me feel more like home. And then I come around here and I see this, and it reinforces that. You know,
Right.
that there is really the place to be. So,
Well, this part of Florida especially.
Yeah.
The central part of Florida and some of the panhandle
uh-huh.
and is very warm and welcoming.
Well, I know when we came down here, it was all about the mouse. And then all of a sudden
Right.
you realize there's a lot more to life
Right,
outside.
right. The mouse is great, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
other things
There's
too.
definitely a lot of other
Right.
things. We still go and visit every now and then.
Oh, sure.
But
Sure.
we're finding a lot of great places, and this is just a gem.
It is. It is.
So,
So.
well, very good.
Wonderful.
Thank
Okay,
you.
well, I enjoyed it.
Thanks a lot. And again, thank you, everyone. Anybody else? We got everybody in? We're good. Okay,
I
so
was just going to say that being on the road with you has been wonderful. It's our first one, right?
I know we had a good time. We're looking forward to a lot more. And if you can get her on camera, the one who hates Google Plus, oh my God. Okay, so who knows? Maybe we'll see her again on another show of On the Road with Chef Dennis. This is my premiere episode, and thank you for those that join us, and thank you for those that are going to watch on replay. And I appreciate each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. So have a great day and enjoy the rest of your weekend.